Go to the first 5 questions, or we'll see the analysis of this paper. This paper passage, how many questions? 10 questions. A rather complicated passage. It talks about 2 different approaches related to product. One is a lenient approach or lean approach. The other one is empathetic approach. A little complicated, business related, philosophical, not easy to understand within the stipulated time period. But the questions related to the title, the questions related to vocabulary, you should get right. So 5 marks should not be a problem. And para jumble is rather easy, should not be a problem. All the 5 you should get. So this is 50% easy, 50% difficult. Para jumble, all the 5 you should get. Close test, all the 5 you should get, if not 4. And words, double fillers, again 3 or 4 not difficult. And if you read carefully, you should get all the 5 correct. Errors are rather easy. What we have learned based on that should not be a problem. Now, I will give you about 3 or 4 minutes. Read the 5 sentences or 6 sentences related to the para jumble. Then we will see the correct order. Please read with a focused mind. Should not be very difficult. First you take the elimination approach, then it will be easy for you. Have you done already? Shall we see? Or you want some more time? Shall we? All of you. Shall we start? Right. So we'll take the elimination approach. A, please underline, these factors cannot be the first sentence. B, this is usually cannot be the first sentence. Hold the third one and hold the fourth one. As a result, can it be the first sentence? Mark, underline, as a result. This will be, no. Now you have to decide between C and D. I'll read out C first. Stream flows will decline and mountain snowpack will melt earlier as temperatures rise, constraining water supplies. What is D? Climate change is expected to profoundly affect the western US, possibly making the already parched southwest more arid and vulnerable to drought. So here stream, a smaller unit of water body. Climate, a wider thing. So which one do you think the first sentence? D is the first sentence. The passage is all about climate change and the impact of that. All of you, have you started distributing or you want to do it? Please do it. So focus on what I'm going to tell. Climate change is expected to profoundly affect, please underline. You know, affect is, which part of speech is it? It's a verb. Effect, noun or a verb, but usually used as what? A noun. The Western US, possibly making the already parched, underline the word parched. Parched, Southwest, more arid, underline that word also. Vulnerable, underline that word. Drought. There are 4 words, but more or less mean the same. First, you write the meaning of the word parched. Parched means completely dry. One, you write completely dry. Completely dry. Also write baked, B-A-K-E-D. You know, bakery, baked. Then you write sun-baked, sun-baked, B-A-K-E-D, sun-baked. First you have written the word baked. Have you written? The next expression is what? So you don't have to look at the master or the screen. Sun-baked. Then you write the meaning of the word arid. Arid also means the same. It's a synonym of parched. Dry, completely dry, sun-baked or baked. Vulnerable. You have got this word many a time. Vulnerable means what? Likely to get affected or liable to get affected. In a position where you can get exploited. And related word is what? Susceptible. And also prone. That we'll see later. Drought. Write the meaning of the word drought. Drought means what? A long, dry spell. Long, dry spell. So what does it mean? You could also write no rains for a long time. No rains for a long time. Dry spell means what? No rains. In this parajumble or in this paragraph, 1 is easy, 2 and 3 a little difficult, but 4, 5, 6 should not be a problem. Now, shall we see the second one? You have to focus on, so he talks about, he has made a statement, the writer, he talks about the impact of that or related extension of the same idea. One, he talks about stream flows, please underline, stream flows will decline. Then also underline mountain snowpack will melt earlier as temperatures rise. The clue for you, put a star mark, temperatures rise. Also underline the word rise and write 2 words. First you write the word rise, then you write the word raise. Both are verbs. Rise is, what is it? Transitive or intransitive? Intransitive verb means what? It cannot take an object. Raise your hand. What is the object here? Your hand. So what is raise? A transitive verb. A rise, intransitive verb. A raise, transitive verb. They have given in many exams questions related to rise and raise. If you are not attentive, you cannot spot the error. Now we'll go to that particular part. I said put a star mark, temperatures rise. Now common sense, you must have read many a time, when the temperatures rise, imagine there is a forest region, what will happen? Results in what? Common sense, forest fire. When the temperatures go up in the forest area or forest region, what will happen? Inevitable thing, forest fire. Now here you have to look at second and third based on the certain words and related information. The clue for you, now how many of you, before that, how many of you have selected C as the second option? That's perfect, very good. Now if at all any doubt, Please already have underlined temperatures rise. Based on that, what is the third sentence? He talks about the impact of a rise of what? Temperatures. As a result, wildfires and heat waves will be more frequent. You got it? When the temperatures rise, what is the result? Wildfires and heat waves will be more frequent, and forests throughout the northwest will be vulnerable to disease outbreaks. Please underline the expression outbreak. It has been used as a noun, plural form, outbreaks, and die-offs. According to, there should have been a comma, according to the National Climate Assessment. Once you get 2 and 3 right, after that it is very easy, 4, 5, 6. Now here, because of this, what gets affected? Now he talks about in 2 and 3 so many factors. Where do you find the expression? These factors, A. Together, all these factors will conspire. Underline the word conspire. Generally conspire, brackets you write persons. It goes with persons. Conspire, write the preposition against someone. Conspire against someone. Means what? You join hands with someone to do something negative. Conspiration, conspiracy. Write the forms. Conspire, which part? What is the part of speech? Verb. Conspiration, conspiracy, noun form. Please write. Conspiracy. Generally we say conspiracy. A major conspiracy. And hits what? Power plants hard. Together all these factors will conspire to hit power plants hard. Now the next one, so that is the, what is the sentence number? 4. What is the fifth one? This will be especially pronounced. Underline the word pronounced. Pronunciation, pronounce, usually it goes with what? These words go with what? Language and speaking. But here pronounce means what? Underline the word pronounced. It means emphasized or make a bigger impact. Pronounced here means emphasized or seen or evident. Also write the word evident. This will be especially pronounced during times of peak demand when people are using the most power. Again, it is common sense. When do you use a lot of power? ACs and when? Summer. Where do you find the word summer? Do you find anywhere? This is usually during the summer months when air conditioners are run at full blast. That is the last sentence. See, he talks about the impact of various factors on power plants, and this will be especially pronounced during times of peak demand. Demand of what? Peak demand of what? Are you guys listening? Peak demand of what? Power. Power plant, where is it felt? Peak demand of power. When is the peak demand of power? When do you experience? During summer. Why do you experience? Because of use of what? ACs, obviously. So that is the last sentence. I would like to know how many of you have got it correct. This has been taken from the Independent UK, international publication, and the context is what? The US context, international context. So has anyone got the correct order? Please raise your hands. I hope you guys are here with me. For sure. A bit surprising. Not even one student. I don't believe that. You got it right. Anyone else? Please give him a big hand. That's very good. Now we have the next 5 questions. What do they deal with? Double pillars. You haven't seen the paper, so I will give you again 5 minutes. For one question, 1 minute. So read carefully. That is the time you get in the actual exam. Less than that. So you should be very happy. I have been quite liberal, 1 minute. So try to read all the 5 sentences. We'll see the answers later. Shall we see the answers? Now, question number 6, purely everyday context. A day after the commissioner, auto drivers against violating fares, please underline the word against. Against what? Violating fares fixed by the government. Over 100 cases were filed by the traffic police against auto drivers in the city. You understood the context is crystal clear. It goes with everyday situations. Now, what is the first pair? A day after the commissioner complained auto drivers. Does it sound right? Please mark it wrong. A day after the commissioner warned auto drivers. Usually they warn the auto drivers, and against what? Violating fares fixed by the government. This seems right. And what is the second word here? Over 100 cases were filed by the traffic police against erring auto drivers in the city. Please write the meaning of that. You all must be knowing. Please write, first you write the word E-double-R, err. To err, R is silent, means what? To make a mistake. Write the meaning. To err means to make a mistake. From this you get error. From this word you get what? Error. To err that means what? To make a mistake. Now, it is a verb, ing form, against erring auto drivers. So, it has been used as an adjective. So, is it right or wrong? It is right. Hold this pair. Advised auto drivers against. No, mark it wrong. Cautioned, that is right. Cautioned against. But what is the second one? Braking is not correct. Please mark it wrong. Restricted, it doesn't go with this, not correct. Blundered auto drivers is also not correct. So, what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. Everyday context, and they use these sentences in the newspaper regularly. They must have taken from one of the newspapers. Sentence number 7, again it is based on everyday context, should not be a problem. Vitamin C will come to your rescue. Will come to your rescue. Please underline that expression. Will come to your rescue. If you sunburn or are unlucky enough to be by mosquitoes. Now, what is the first pair here and what is the first word? You have got many a time. Please underline the word succumb. Means what? Yield. Write the meaning. Yield. Y-I-E-L-D. Yield. Also write stop resisting. Stop resisting. Now, we'll see with that. Vitamin C will come to your rescue if you succumb to sunburn. Yield to sunburn, seems right. Or are unlucky enough to be targeted by mosquitoes. This also seems right. But generally, to be bitten by would have been better. But targeted, nothing wrong with that. Hold that one. We'll see the other options. What is the next one? If you subject to sunburn. Here you have to say if you are subjected to, passive voice. So, it is not correct. And the second word is right, first word is not correct. To be bitten by mosquitoes, that is right. But first word is not correct. If you submit to sunburn, is it right? Please mark it wrong. If you exposed or if you are exposed, do you find are? No. So, mark it. If they don't use a pronoun you, then it is right. If exposed to sunburn, but you find the pronoun you, please underline that. If you are exposed, one pattern. If exposed, another pattern. But if you, then it is not correct. And what is the next one? The same pattern, if you are exposed or if you are prone, but you don't find the word are. So, mark it wrong. To be aimed by mosquitoes. We don't use the word aim here. That is also not correct. So, what is the answer? The first option. If you succumb to sunburn or are unlucky enough to be targeted by mosquitoes. But frankly speaking, the word targeted is not appropriate. There's no choice. The best among the, I don't want to complete. You understand? Shall I move on to the next one? I'm doing very slowly because there's a problem. Question number 8. After rumors, underline the word rumors. Rumors, what is a combination word generally? Spread. Fire spreads. Rumors spread. Which option has that? Third option. After rumors spread that an earthquake may hit parts of the district, the residents spend the entire night out in the open. That seems perfect. Hold the third option. We'll check other options. After rumors left, we don't use the word left. Write one word, subsided. There's one word. Please write. Subside. It goes with rumors. It goes with waves. Tidal wave. Subsided means come down. Reduce in intensity. The rumors subsided. But left is not correct. In the wild district, you don't come across wild or wilderness. Not correct. Hope you guys are listening. Thank you. Now, what is the second pair? After rumors percolated. That is not relevant here. Write the meaning of that word. Percolate means what? Usually it goes with water or liquid. First you write the word trickle. Then you write the word drip. Then you write the word ooze. And pass through, percolate means what? Pass through. Trickle, ooze, drip, all these. Does it go with this context? Rumors, not relevant in this context. Now, third option already we have selected. We'll see the fourth option. After rumors abound, that's an important word. Underline the word abound and write the meaning. First, you write the part of speech. It is a regular verb. What is it? Verb. And write the meaning. To be in excess. To be in excess or abundance. To be in excess or abundance. A lot. Abound in something. Excess of something. Dispersed. Dispersed means what? Spread out, scattered. Write the word scattered. Generally, conversational English, we spend some time with our friends. After 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we get bored. Then we say, let's disperse. Means what? Let's move out in different directions. It goes with everyday English. So does it go with rumors? No. Mark it wrong. So what is the answer here? Obviously, the third option. Rumors spread and the entire night out in the open. In the open, rather. Shall I move on to the next one? Question number 9. When entering a bakery, you will be highly of the aroma. Underline the word. Aroma means what? Smell. Fragrance. Nice smell. Smell has a negative connotation. Fragrance. Write the word fragrance. Indians are not very fond of perfumes. If you take Europeans, French people, Italians, Germans, they spend crores of rupees on the perfumes, and it's a major industry. And the second biggest industry, the West Gulf. What is the reason? They have water scarcity. They don't take bath regularly. It's a general statement, okay? Don't ask me, sir, have you seen? Have you gone there and seen? Have you been there and seen? They also use very strong perfumes. I taught a lot of Arabs, and when they enter the room, you get suffocated. You can't breathe comfortably. The perfume is so strong. So these two areas, the industries, they do so well. Now, what is the word here? I said to underline. You're right. When entering a bakery, you will be highly. We'll see the first pair. Awake. Does it go with this context? Fine. Mark it wrong. You will be highly aware of. That seems preposition is also right. Aware of something. And we'll see the second word of different baked goods, but by the time you reach the checkout, you will no longer be able to differentiate between smells. This also seems right. Hold that one. And what is the third pair? You will be highly sensitive, perhaps sensitive to something, but it takes the preposition to, not of. And separate, able to separate between, that is not correct. The fourth pair, you will be highly present, not correct. What is the fifth pair? You will be highly knowledgeable of, perhaps it is possible. And what is the second word in that pair? You will be able to partition, not relevant here. So what is the answer? The second option, aware of and differentiate between smells. Question number 10. The staff of hospitals across the district. First you underline the word on a week-long strike. Here the knowledge related to word combinations or collocations, it plays a major role. Generally strike, what is the verb? They blank on a strike. Go. They go on a strike. And what is the past form? Went. Do you find that word here? Which option is it? We'll see that one first. The staff of hospitals across the district went on a week-long strike. Perfect expression, a typical expression from the newspapers. Demanding what? Demanding implementation of the Hospital Protection Act. This also seems right. Hold that one. And we'll check other options. The staff of hospitals across the district suffered on. Is it relevant here? Mark it wrong. Goes on, but it talks about past, demanded, then you cannot use present. Mark it wrong. The verb is right. The form is not correct. Traveled on a week-long strike. Mark it wrong. Went on, already we have decided. Proceeded on a week-long strike. Stating implementation, is it right? No. So what is the answer here? The fourth option is the answer. Has anyone got all the 5 correct? Now, that's very good. I see a lot of hands. Highly appreciable. Within the stipulated time period. Now, your favorite section. What is it? Spot the errors. I will give you again 5 minutes. 5 minutes too much. Each sentence, one reading, 30 seconds on the higher side. But still, I'm going to give 5 minutes. So, read carefully. Try to spot the error. All the 5 are easy. Should not be a problem. First one rather difficult. And this paper, a lot of problems regarding the key. The key, so many errors, very unfortunate. of the 5 questions, question number 11 is rather difficult. Other questions are pretty easy. Now, question number 11, first I'll read out, then I'll ask the question, you respond. He was a teacher and an economist who believed everything is connected and is one of those responsible for the modern environmental movement. Now, where is the error? How many of you say, why no response? How many of you say the first part? Raise your hands. That's pretty good. What is the error? Now this, I will ask one more question. This is related to what? Parts of speech, articles, tenses, passive voice, none of these. What? Those who said first part there is an error, you should respond. Who says article related? Raise your hands. I appreciate those students. Tell me what is the problem. See, whenever there is one important article, omission of, when you take articles, there are 4 dimensions. You have to learn how to use the indefinite article a, first one. You have to learn how to use the indefinite article and, the second one. You have to learn how to use the definite article the third one. And the 4th one is very important, omission of articles. Before certain nouns, we don't use articles. This goes with that. So what is the rule? First, you listen to the rule. When we use 2 nouns or 2 adjectives about the same person, you are talking about a person, and you use 2 nouns or 2 adjectives to the same, they refer to the same person, then the rule is before the second noun or before the second adjective, you should not use any article. Now here the pronoun he, we are talking about he. He was a teacher. Underline the word teacher. Which part of speech is it? Noun. Underline the indefinite article a. And another noun, which one is that? Underline the word economist. And underline an economist. So both refer to the same pronoun, noun or pronoun. And what is the rule here? When you use 2 nouns or 2 adjectives for the same person, before the second noun or before the second adjective, you should not use any article. So please strike off. What is the correct sentence? He was a teacher and economist. Once in some exam, they gave related to Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, they gave a sentence, same pattern. They used a philosopher and a teacher and a philosopher, not correct, a teacher and philosopher. So please make a note, article related. And what is the rule? You want me to repeat the rule? Do you want to write? Or you have learned already? How many of you have got this one right? Please raise your hands. I appreciate. Not easy because you forget, you take it for granted. Not easy to recollect or remember. Shall I move on to the next one? After the economy opened up, it has been no increase in the foreign direct investment, either in the manufacturing sector or in infrastructure. At the outset, you feel there is an error in the second part. What is it? After the economy opened up, it has been no increase. Generally, what is the word we use? Please write. There has been no increase. Usual pattern. But that is not the error. It has been no increase. It has been what? No increase. And this question is related to parallel expression. Go to the 4th part. First you underline the manufacturing sector. Also underline the word either. Either in the manufacturing sector or what? In the infrastructure. What is missing here? The definite article the is missing. Parallel expression. The manufacturing sector, the infrastructure. How many of you have got this one right? Fine. Please make a note, parallel expression. Because only one error, there is an error in the 4th part. And what is it about? Parallel expression or parallel construction. Anytime you have a question, raise your hand. I will ask the coordinator to give the mic. You can express your doubt. Always remember that. Shall I move on to the next one? So question number 13, surprisingly, over the past 20 years, there have been more technological innovation to the oil and gas industry than in the IT industry. So where do you think the error is? Third part or second part? There have been more technological innovation. Will you say there have been or there has been? So why third part? That is the second part, am I right? There has been. Have is not correct, change it to. There has been more technological innovation to the oil and gas industry than in the IT industry. More. What is the problem? Who said third part? Please raise your hands. What is your objection? What is it? More technological innovation in the oil industry. Generally we say in. Perhaps this is also right. To the, imagine previous question also, you found two areas, two expressions. One, it has been. First reaction, it has been. Even I felt that way. It should be, there has been. When I read the entire thing, I had to cross-check. I had my own doubts, that particular question. Is it right to say infrastructure? Then I had to Google, I had to refer a few books. Then I confirmed, I got it confirmed. It has to be the infrastructure. That means what? It has been, we don't know the context. They are talking about some situation. It has been a win or lose situation. It has been something. There is a pattern, there is an expression. There has been usual. Just because you don't know, it doesn't mean that it is wrong. Do you understand what I say? We are not aware of it has been one situation. Does it mean it is wrong? No. But there is one error. What is it? In the manufacturing sector, in the infrastructure, that is quite evident, quite obvious. So go with the fourth part. The same way here, will you say there has been or there have been? First question. Any doubt regarding that? Anyone says there have been, raise your hands. Once you decide on that, it ends there. There have been many issues, imagine. We can use there have been also. The noun is in the plural form. Then you can use the there have been many issues. There has been an important issue, two different patterns. But here there have been more technological innovation or innovations. Then will you use singular or plural? Then why do you think of other aspects? It must be right. There is a possibility. And to the more technological innovation to the oil and gas industry. Usage point of view, we use the preposition, which one? In. But perhaps this is also right. Perhaps. But one mistake quite obvious. Which one is that? In the second part. Please make a note, subject verb related. What is this question about? Subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. Though it is, shall I read out the next one? Though it is located between Asia's biggest countries, namely China and India, Bhutan have a strong cultural identity of its own. In this clause, what is the subject? Bhutan. Singular or plural? So will you say has or have? Has. Again, you make a note, subject verb agreement. Question number 15. European banks would be suffered. Would be suffered or would suffer? So this expression is not correct. That is for sure. Would suffer a catastrophic collapse had certain difficult decisions not been taken by central banks. But there is one more error. Please underline the expression. Put a star mark first and be attentive for 2 or 3 minutes. Please underline had certain difficult decisions not been taken by central banks. Now, which tense is this? Past perfect, active voice or passive voice? Please make a note, past perfect passive voice. And is it in affirmative form or interrogative form? Or negative interrogative? Negative interrogative, right? Had it been, had it not been, had it been, it had been is affirmative. Had it been, interrogative. Had it not been, negative interrogative. There's one more pattern, negative interrogative. Now, when do you use past perfect in interrogative form? This question is related to what? I will give the choice. Related to conditionals, related to tenses, related to passive voice, related to parts of speech. It should not take so long. It is related to conditionals. Which conditional is this? You use past perfect in if clause and would plus have plus verb, past participle form, main clause. Which conditional is that? You can't afford to forget past conditional. First you write this question is related to past conditional. Past conditional. And past conditional, what is the pattern? Any conditional sentence, there are two clauses. The main clause, the if clause. Past conditional, if clause, we use past perfect tense. If whatever had been done. But when you drop the word if, past perfect, instead of affirmative, you have to use it in interrogative. Here it is in interrogative negative. And the main clause, would plus have plus verb, past participle. Now tell me what is the correct expression. European banks would have suffered. Please write. European banks would have suffered. Here B is not correct. Would have suffered. Hope you got it. Right. That's an important one. How many of you have got this one right? Please raise your hands. Okay. Now shall I move on to, we cannot touch the passage. I can't give you so much time. We have to move on to, but before we go to the next 5 questions related to closed test, we'll see the questions related to words, meanings of words based on the context. So please go to question number 18. What is, have you seen question number 18? Same meaning, and what is the word? Squashed. Go to the passage, see the context. Second paragraph. First, it is easy to talk yourself out of a good idea. The fundamental problems, no. The buds of innovation are fragile. Underline the word fragile. Fragile means what? Delicate, easily breakable. Write 2 meanings. One is delicate, the other is easily breakable, and are easily squashed by critique or a view of the competitive market environment. So what do you understand? Squashed, positive or negative? Negative. What is the first word? Suppressed. Seems right, hold that one. Released, is it related to this? No, out of context. Compressed, hold that one. Thinned, not relevant in this context. Welcomed, not a positive word. So you have to decide between compressed and suppressed. But the context says suppressing something. So what is the answer based on that? The first option, suppressed. Squashed means what? Suppressed. This is a bit difficult. What is the second, next question? Question number 19. Tacit. Page 2, the last word. What is the last word? What is the last word? Page 2, tacit, same word. The question is about that. A particular problem in an existing product or service, but instead building a tacit sense of what someone else is like. A bit difficult, this one. First you write the meaning of the word tacit. Tacit means implicit, implicit. Implicit or implied, same. Hidden, Implicit also means what? Hidden, not stated directly. What is opposite of implicit? Explicit. Hold that one. Assumed. Yesterday you got the word assumption. That's a different thing. Lucid. Write the meaning of the word lucid. Lucid means what? Clear. Crystal clear. And write the combination word it goes with: explanation, teaching, policy. Generally explanation or teaching. Lucid presentation, lucid explanation, lucid teaching. Now what is the answer? They want the opposite word. What is it? Explicit, obviously. Implicit, opposite, explicit. The central theme of the given passage. This is a very complicated passage. I had to read twice this passage. First reading I could not get it. The writer talks about two abstract concepts. One is the lean approach, the other is empathetic approach. I've never thought of empathetic approach towards a product. For the first time I have come across. Empathy, write the word empathy. That's an important word. Today in the private sector, people, I've said many a time, people look for what? Employees should have not IQ, EQ. EQ means what? To have empathy. Empathy means what? Thinking from the other person's point of view. Empathy means understanding the other person's situation, other person's problems, and thinking from the other person's point of view. Empathy, empathetic. A lot of words are there which people of your age group cannot understand. Ethnographic, ethnology related to the study of the local people or local traditions. A lot of very nice words, but unfortunately we cannot spend. Please spend some time, try to learn. A lot of words are there to learn. Now, the question is what central theme? I said he talks about two things. What is the first one? A lean approach. What is the other one? Empathetic approach. So what is the fourth option? A lean versus empathetic approach to product development. That is the answer. Question number 21, what is it? Overtly. In the second paragraph, the writer himself, he uses a pronoun I. I am, the second sentence in second paragraph. I am overtly critical of the lean manifesto. Means he is not for a lean manifesto, he is pro empathetic approach. Now, he wants similar or opposite? First, overt means what? Open, deliberate. Please write words like open. Also write deliberate, deliberate, open. And opposite, aggressively not correct, willingly, flexibly, secretly, coincidentally. So open, what is opposite? Fourth option, secretly. Has it started raining? Huh? No. I'm damn scared. I spend a lot of time and come here and not in a position to explain or teach. All the effort goes down the drain or goes to dogs. Yesterday same thing happened. Saturday also same thing happened. And now 23, what is it? Same in meaning, uncover. Easy one, cover. So what is the first option here? Reveal. Reveal, write the meaning. Disclose. Disclose. Also write to make something open. To open up. To make something open. Don't reveal the secrets. General expression. Write the combination. Reveal a secret. Means what? Disclose a secret. Tell a secret. Also reveal means open. Reveal something. Distort. Oh, are you guys listening? No, 45 minutes I keep asking, don't worry. That is our attention span. After that the problem starts. So distort means what? To change the shape of something. Distortion of the shape of something means the same shape you don't see, the shape changes, then distortion. It goes with vision, it goes with images, distorted, and sometimes it goes with your view. Please write the combination: distorted view or distorted opinion. Suppresses, colors, unleashes. That's an important word. Unleash means what? Release, release, unleash. There's a problem with the key, this also, a lot of problems. What is the author trying to convey through the phrase, took the startup world by storm? Take something by storm. That is an idiomatic expression. How many of you know the meaning of this particular expression? The new singer has taken the world by storm. Means what? He became very popular. To become very popular. And for that we have one more expression, become a rage. A rage means what? Very popular. Please write the meaning of that. To become, here they have used the past form, to become a rage. That and take the world by storm both mean the same. What is the meaning? To become very popular within no time. Some singers have become extremely popular within no time. Then we use these. It goes with pop world, rock world, and sometimes products also. Some product takes the world by storm. Means what? Within no time it becomes very popular. Shall I move on to the next one? What are these about? This also, I don't know why they make so many mistakes. I will read out, we'll do it a little fast. Too much of international aid funds authoritarian development. Underline the word authoritarian. Write the word dictator. Authoritarian approach means what? Behave like a dictator. Too much of international aid funds. Here funds used as a verb. Funds what? Authoritarian development. That is when the international community, experts from the UN and other singular or plural? Will you say other student or other students? Generally plural form. So what is the first option here? The key says the first option, which is not correct. Had it been organizations, it would have been right. But bodies, here body means what? Organization, not the physical body. Enemies, not relevant. Other words are not in the plural form. So what is the answer here? Other bodies swoop into third world countries. Swoop into means go to a particular place. Swoop down. But write one expression, swoop down, D-O-W-N. It means something like you go down, you have a particular stature, but you go down your stature, forgetting your stature, you go down and you try to do something for some gain, because of some interest. Then we say swoop down means what? To go to a lower level for some particular work or some favor. Into third world countries. Please underline the expression third world countries. What are third world countries? If you take the world, they are divided into three groups. The first world, the second world, the third world. First world, industrially developed capitalist countries. Industrially developed, but capitalist countries. Here the private sector is a major thing. 95% private sector. And countries like the US, the UK, France, they belong to the first world. Industrial revolution took place over there. The second world, industrially developed communist countries, where it is all the public sector, no private sector. 99% it is public sector. You don't come across private sector. Countries like former USSR, today Russia, and China also comes under the second world, or it could be between second and third. A lot of European communist countries like Poland, Czechoslovakia, they come under second world. And we belong to the third world. What are third world countries? Developing or underdeveloped socialist countries, where you have a mix of the public sector and the private sector. Today, if you take the banking sector, you have both public sector banks, private sector banks. And these are Asian countries, many Asian countries, a few African countries, a lot of Latin American countries or South American countries. and these are developing, but many African countries underdeveloped. So developing or underdeveloped, we use the expression third world. So into third world countries and offer purely technical assistance to dictatorships, underline the word dictatorships, in Uganda and Ethiopia on how to address poverty. You all must be knowing the meaning of the word dictator. Dictator is a good person or a bad person? Obviously a bad person, but there's one expression. India needs someone like, please write the expression. I always tell people I use this expression, benevolent dictator. B-E-N-E-V-O, benevolent dictator. India needs a benevolent dictator. Benevolent means good. Dictator, policies, implementation, very bad, strict. Strict people are always hated. Right or wrong? General statement. Nobody likes if someone says the class is at 2. Now it is 2:05. You are not allowed. How many of you enjoy that statement? Raise your hands. No one. The time is 2:30. The class is at 2. The master says, oh, please come. Please. You had a problem? No problem. Come. Master is very nice. The best master I have ever come across. Right or wrong? So human nature, whatever it is, we'll see. Now the next sentence, the first option, what is it? Unfortunately, a dictator's sole motivation is to stay in power. That seems right or wrong? Are you guys listening? Oh, you haven't read this. You haven't read this, my mistake. But here the word is unfortunately. Please write. Unfortunately, a dictator's sole motivation is to stay in power. So development experts may, this is a bit difficult. Read the sentence and tell me what is the answer. So development experts may construct some roads built, demand, subsidize, get, supply. How many of you think the fourth option, get? Very good, I appreciate that is the answer. Get some roads built. Please underline as one unit. And you write one expression in your notebook, get the work done. Get the work done. This is everyday English pattern. Get the work done. Get the roads built. Get some roads built. Same pattern. Here the last word is in past participle form. Get it done, get it built. Hope you got it. Now next one, what is it? Experts may dig bore holes for clean water, but the wells, this is very difficult. Even I had to cross-check this one. I thought it could be either plunge or collapse, but answer is the second option, collapse. A well collapses. There's a typical expression. So answer is the second option. That's very difficult. Individuals do not have the political rights to protest disastrous public services, so they never better, improve, recovered, worse, perfect. So what is the answer? They never improve. They never improve. That's it for today. Somehow we have managed. And read the passage, a very useful passage. All of you remember, if you read a passage related to a familiar context, simple language, easy words, don't be happy. You should be unhappy. What is this? Easy paper. That is the attitude you should have. And this paper, this passage, worth reading for two reasons. Comprehension point of view, within the stipulated time period, not easy to comprehend. First, it's challenging. You have to take up the challenges. Second, a lot of words are there which you have to refer the dictionary and find out. You cannot guess the meanings also based on the context. So it is worth reading my session. After the session, do read the passage, a very useful passage. Shall I move on to, now it is over. Today I am going to spend 30 minutes on editorial analysis. Yesterday I got the feelers, so today you must have got the handout, all of you. I wanted to save time.